Okay, so if you are watching my video for the very first time, please kindly go to the subscribe button and subscribe. All right, it means a lot to me. So today we'll be talking about the blockchain. I know most of you don't know what blockchain is all about. You hear blockchain, they will tell you cryptocurrency, they will tell you blockchain and all that. So today we'll be talking about blockchain, and we're talking about the different types of blockchain consensus mechanism. So I'm going to be talking about just two types of blockchain right now. We'll be talking about the Bitcoin blockchain and the Ethereum blockchain. Those are the two major blockchain in the ecosystem right now. So what is a blockchain? What is a blockchain? So let's start from there. What is a blockchain? A blockchain is a decentralized, distributed, and often public ledger that records transactions across many computers, ensuring the records cannot be altered retroactively without the alteration of all subsequent blocks and the consensus of the network. All right, a blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger that is public. It's just a ledger, place where transactions are recorded. All right, that is all about blockchain. Forget about the big name. It's just a ledger, like a man that is selling kuli selling biscuit and all that. The ledger, it writes everything. The book, it writes everything. Is just a digital format of a ledger that is more secure, that is more decentralized, that is more fair, and faster and all that. All right, is a blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger that is used to keep records across many computers. Anybody can participate in uh, the blockchain. All right. So let's talk about the two biggest blockchain that we have. That's the Bitcoin blockchain and the Ethereum block. Bitcoin blockchain is the biggest, which that is where the Bitcoin, the Odogu of the whole cryptocurrency, that is where it is being minted. While we have the Ethereum blockchain, that's the king of DApp, decentralized application right now. So let me quickly break it down for you. So Bitcoin uses what we call the proof of work POW mechanism. We call it the proof of work. While Ethereum uses what we call proof of stake. Now, let me break it down more for you. In proof of work, humans owns and operate a farming farm, but the actual mining, which is actually like when you are mining, is basically solving cryptographic puzzle. It's actually done by a specialized computer. They call them ASIC miners. These computers are designed to maximize efficiency. All right, these computers, they work 24/7. They work 24/7, competing to validate transfer, competing to validate transaction on the blockchain so that they can earn reward in Bitcoin. I believe that is how this Bitcoin are being distributed. People mine to generate this Bitcoin, all right. So in proof of work, like I said, humans own and operate the mining farm, but the actual mining is done by computers to optimize. It makes the transaction very, very fast. Then we have in Ethereum, we have proof of stake, POS. Now there is no mining in this one. There's nothing like mining. It's just validation, and people own these validators, but computers actually do the work. Computers does more heavy lifting than human. There's little to what human beings can do, so they make use of computers. So how did the validators come about? You understand, I said Ethereum use what called proof of stake. So the more stake you have in the ecosystem, the more confirmation of transaction you do, and the more reward you earn. So anybody can actually participate, whether it's in proof of work or proof of stake. All right, if you have the computing power, you can earn more in in mining Bitcoin, and if you have more staking power, you can earn more in Ethereum validation. Right, you can earn more Ethereum. So there are people who don't trade crypto, they are just validators, and they earn via mining or they earn via staking. All right, so let me repeat from the beginning. We have two blockchain. I'm talking about the Bitcoin blockchain and the Ethereum blockchain. The Bitcoin blockchain uses proof of work, where humans own computers that mine bitcoins. Mining does the validation and the transaction on Bitcoin, while on Ethereum there is no mining, it's just validation. People validate transaction, and to be a validator there, probably you have to have proof that you stake in the you have a stake in the ecosystem. By staking your Ethereum, you become a validator. The more you stake, the more validation transactions you get, and the more reward you earn. When there's in particularly in proof of stake, that is why in Ethereum you hear that uh when there is congestion and all that. I mean, we have few validators, because the higher they stake, the more jobs they go. When you have validators, they can easily manipulate, some things. They will tell you in Ethereum the gas fee is extremely high. That is because we have many transaction and few validators. So the the supply is low but the demand is high. So that is why the gas fee in Ethereum blockchain is always somehow high. All right, so those are the two blockchain I'm talking about. We have proof of work and proof of stake. Till next time, catch you.